Hello and welcome. You tune into Market Fatafat with me, Ankita Saxena, and with me is Kanishka Sarkar. In the next half an hour, we'll take you through all the top buzzers in the trading session and why they're buzzing on the back of news flow or on the back of technicals. This is the first day of January 2026. It's a new year, so wishing all our viewers a very happy new year. Let's take stock of how the market is shaping up on the first day. Well, very flat moves coming in as of today. Now, you remember yesterday we did have a very positive close coming in. In fact, we were in that new year chair and the markets did, run up, and we did manage to, inch above the 26,150 levels. We are holding on to those levels, but no major movement that's coming in. As you can see, it's a very, very range-bound day of trade that's coming in. Nifty is trading very, very flat with gains of 0.1%. Nifty Bank is absolutely flat. Again, very, very range-bound moves coming in on Nifty Bank as well. And the broader markets, though, have given up their gains since yesterday. And I remember mid and small caps were doing very well yesterday. They have given up those yesterday gains. The mid cap is now trading up 0.1%, and the small caps are actually have slipped into the negative territory with cuts of 0.2% as of now. Let's take a look at the sectors then. We have Nifty IT, that's the top sectoral gainer. Wipro, Infosys, HCL Tech, TechM, all of them are trading upwards of 1+%. We have Nifty Auto also, that's in focus. So that's also one of the top gainers, 0.7% gains coming in on the back of the auto sales data that has started trickling in. Remember, today is the 1st of January and we have auto sales numbers that have been coming in. And if you look at the numbers, we mostly have in-line or above set of numbers coming in, whether it's Eicher Motors, M&M, Maruti, Ashok Leyland, Scots, they have all done very well, and in-line set of numbers coming in for all the counters. Mahindra up 1.2%. They have beaten on the tractor sales estimates. Maruti is also trading up 0.5%. Escort Kubota, that has posted above what we were estimating, and therefore it's trading up 2%. And Eicher Motors posted a largely inline set of numbers coming in. Ashok Leyland also giving a beat, and therefore the stock is trading up almost 3.5%. So the entire auto pack is in focus on the back of the auto sales number. The only sectors that are on the back foot are the FMCG and the Pharma sectors. FMCG is trading down, in fact 3%, major cuts coming in on the FMCG sector. Pharma is also trading down with cuts of 0.5% or thereabouts. But let's get started with the show then, and welcome on board our guests as well, Kanishka.
Absolutely. Now we have Ashish Kyal joining us today on the technicals. Hi Ashish, very good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. And first of all, New Year greetings to you. Hope it happens to be a very prosperous year for you as well and your entire team. But let's get started and talk about all the stocks that are buzzing in trade today. Ankita did highlight that FMCG counters are not doing that well, and it's the Nifty top loser today is ITC, and all of the likes of all of these cigarette makers, ITC, Godfrey Phillips, VST Industries, all of these are under pressure after a brokerage note that has come from Jefferies. Well, this is after the increase in cigarette taxation that is going to become effective February 1st. That's the latest notification that we've received from the government. And following that, the stocks have been, have been facing a beating in the markets today. And Jefferies highlighted that the government has notified the steep hike in excise duty on cigarettes, and that as compensation cess period is nearing its end. Now, while some uncertainty does continue on the final tax structure, the brokerage estimates that the effective tax hike could exceed 30% if the National Calamity Contingent Duty, that is NCCD, continues going forward. And even if NCC is subsumed, the impact is still seen above 20%. So that's the word coming from the brokerage. That's the estimate that it has for now. However, the final tax structure is still a little bit uncertain. We'll keep getting you more details on that front. But because these increased tax duties are going to be implemented from February 1st onwards, that's the latest notification from the government. All of these stocks are facing a beating today. ITC, Godfrey Phillips, VST Industries, all trading, with heavy cuts in trade today.
Absolutely, the FMCG pack reeling under pressure with cuts of 3% on the back of that news flow. But Ashish, let me come to you and the stock that you have picked out for us. You picked out JSW Energy for us. JSW Energy on the charts, how does it look like? Because this is one of the stocks that is really up, buzzing in trade, up almost 3.5% in the trading session. Do you see an upside move coming in? India rating has assigned a stable A1 rating, and the back of that, the stock is doing well on the back of that news flow. But on the technical charts, what do you see?
Hi, afternoon to you and all the viewers. Wishing your team and you as well very happy New Year, and I'm sure 2026 is going to be a year of momentum in the markets. We have seen a lot of events in 2025, but 2026 might be a trending and a momentum year. Now coming back to JSW Energy, the stock has shown very smart recovery on the upside over the past 2 days, including today. And there is a possibility we can see it going towards the level of 530 on the upside. It has formed a double bottom pattern and reversed from there, managed to sustain above its 20 days average. And on the downside, the support for the stock is going to be around 485 levels.
Alright, so those are the levels to watch out for as far as JSW Energy is concerned. But let's move on to the next counter that is buzzing in trade, and that's Shakti Pumps. Now, Shakti Pumps has received its third order from the state of Jharkhand. Now, Jharkhand Renewable Energy Development Agency has given work order of 1,000 of standalone grid solar photovoltaic water pumping systems at various locations across the state of Jharkhand under the PM Kusum scheme. Now, the total amount of the order value is around 21 odd crore rupees. On the back of that, Shakti Pump is up and away almost 2% in the trading session.
So that's Shakti Pumps for you, but let's move on and get you another stock that's buzzing in trade today. It's Apollo Microsystems. Now, this one has got a big order. Its subsidiary, Apollo Defense, has received an order worth, it has received multiple orders, in fact, worth about 150 crore rupees. That's, reinforcing strong defense-led growth outlook for this company. The latest trigger, as I said, is 150 crore rupees order that its subsidiary, Apollo Defense Industries, has received from a private company. Now, remember, this follows another major disclosure where step-down subsidiary IDL Explosives, they had bagged an order worth over 400 crore rupees. There was a running contract to supply bulk explosives to Coal India subsidiaries, along with 1.5 crore rupees of export orders, which now takes the total order book to close to 420 crore rupees for this particular counter. Now, adding to the momentum, the company has also recently won 100 crore rupees order for supplying unmanned aerial systems to the Ministry of Defense. Now, with these order wins, Apollo Micro's order books, total order book now stands at 7,850 crores, and hence the stock is really trading up in trade today. It's trading more than 1% higher, and yes, good day of trade coming in for Apollo Micro.
All right, moving on to the next stock that Ashish has picked out for us. He picked out NTPC for us. On the charts, how does NTPC look like to you? It's trading up almost 1.5% today. In fact, the stock has been seeing some momentum for the last few days, 5 odd days. NTPC has picked up momentum. On the charts, what do you see? What are the levels to watch out for?
See, if you look at the power transmission, energy, and the entire space, that is showing some kind of a bottoming reversal back on the upside. And NTPC is again doing that. Earlier we talked about JSW Energy, and now NTPC also showed a very strong recovery from the lows of around 320 and now quoting around 335 odd level. So the overall tone for NTPC is upside. We can expect the stock. There is a prior resistance which is around 349. So the stock can move towards this resistance level of 349. And on the downside, one can maintain a stop loss at around 328 levels. The risk reward looks very appealing at current level.
The levels to watch out for as far as NTPC is concerned. Let's move on to the next stock that is in focus, and that's up in a way 4.2% in trade, and that's Adani Power, because Jefferies has come out with a note. They're maintaining a buy rating and they have set the target price at 195 rupees for Adani Power. In fact, IDBI Capital has also initiated a coverage on Adani Energy Solutions with a buy rating, and the target price has been set at 1,195, while Antique Broking has initiated a coverage on Adani Power with a buy call and a target price that's set at 187 rupees. On the back of these brokerage notes maintaining a buy call, Adani Power is up in a way 4.2% in trade.
All right, so that's Adani Power for you. But let's move on and get you another stock that is really buzzing in trade today. Very high levels of trade. Blue Dart. Now, this one is in focus after a major regulatory overhang that has eased significantly. So, big relief coming in. Now, the GST adjudicating authority that sharply reduced the tax demand on its subsidiary, Blue Dart Aviation, to 65 lakh rupees from 421 crore rupees earlier. And along with that, there is limited interest and penalty on this one. The company has already paid the revised amount, removing any uncertainty and litigation risk going forward. And adding to the positive momentum, we have Blue Dart announcing that a general price hike is going to become effective from January 1st. It's going to be a 9 to 12% hike on shipments. So yes, this is going to likely support revenues and margins for the company going forward. So yes, a positive news flow here. Blue Dart is trading nearly 4% higher right now.
All right, Blue Dart up almost 4% in the trading session on the back of that news flow. But on the charts, how does Blue Dart look like to you, Ashish? What are the levels to watch out for?
See, overall, we can see that Blue Dart has been consolidating and showed a very sharp reversal in today's session after showed some profit booking from the higher levels also. But I think the stock can continue to now move back on the upside, and it has shown double bottom formation. The targets can be near the levels of 6,100, and the same can be achieved possibly over a positional period. And on the downside, one can maintain a stop loss of the gap, which is going to be near 5,500 levels.
About Blue Dart, the technical levels over there. But Ashish, M&M, that's also one you've picked out for us. It's one of the top gainers on the Nifty today. Good set of numbers for the December month, auto sales numbers. But on the charts, how is the stock looking like?
See, the entire auto cycle has been on the upside over the past few months, and over here there is still a lot of room left, and I think the overall interest rate cycle has also been on the downside, which is going to further help interest sensitive stocks. So M&M can reach towards the target level of around 3,940 or possibly higher, and on the downside one can maintain a stop loss of 3,640 levels.
All right, moving on from M&M, that's doing very well in the trading session. In fact, even the auto sales data that has come out, it has posted on the tractor front, and M&M has posted above what we were expecting, and therefore the move coming in. But let's move on to the next counter, NCC, that is in focus. Now the company has received 4 orders that are worth 1,237 crore rupees, and of these 704 crore pertain to building divisions, while the 532 crore rupees relates to the transportation division. On the back of this big order win, NCC is trading up. It has given up all the morning gains though, but nonetheless holding on to gains of 1% in trade.
All right, so that's some of the stocks that are buzzing in trade today. But apart from that, we also have Vodafone Idea, which saw sharp correction yesterday, but now has rebounded from all of those levels. Now, the company has announced a revised agreement with the Vodafone Group promoters that improves visibility, recovering that 5,836 crore rupees linked to contingent liabilities from 2017 Vodafone Idea merger. Now, this clarification has helped the stock rebound nearly 1% in trade today. This is after a day of sharp sell-off that we saw yesterday. Now, under the revised structure, 1975 crores has already been received, while the balance recovery will happen in 2 parts. So yes, that's the latest on Vodafone Idea. After a sharp correction yesterday, today the stock is up nearly 6% right now, off the day's highest point. But yes, doing very well for itself in trade today.
All right, speaking of Vodafone Idea, Ashish has also picked out Indus Towers for us. That's another counter that's doing very well. That's up and away 3% in the trading session. In fact, Indus Towers, that has picked up pace in the last few weeks. It's up almost 8%. From here on, what are the levels that you will be watching out for, Ashish?
See, Indus Towers, I think slowly and steadily has inched higher. The stock has managed to now almost break its prior swing high, which was 429. Closing is going to be crucial, but I think it can head towards the level of 460 on the upside. On the downside, maintain a stop loss of today's low, which is going to be around 419 levels.
All right, moving on then. NBCC is the next counter that is in focus. The civil construction company has received orders worth 220 crore rupees from Canara Bank and Navodaya Vidya Samriti. This includes an order that's worth 163 crores for planning, designing and execution of construction of the head office and the annex building for Canara Bank, and this would be in Bengaluru. And on the back of this big order win, NBCC is in focus. It has given up all those morning gains as reeling under selling pressure at almost the lowest point of the day right now, with cuts of 0.1%.
All right, so that's NBCC for you. But let's move on and focus on another counter, which is buzzing on the back of technicals. Ashish, you've picked out Canara Bank for us. If you look at the past 6-month trend, it has given a return of nearly 33%. But today, it's of course trading a little bit lower in trade. But going forward in 2026, what is the expectation? Could we expect the same kind of returns that we have seen over the past 6 months?
See, we might not be able to expect that returns over the past 6 months because the stock has shown a very strong impulsive rise, which we call as a third wave in Elliott wave. But yes, having said that, we are in fifth wave, and this is going to be a positive first quarter is what I am expecting. The stock can possibly move towards the level of around 170 eventually, and on the downside, one can maintain a stop loss of around 143 levels. This is more from a positional perspective. 143 can be the target, and 170 can be the 170 can be the target, and 143 can be the stop loss.
70 can be the next target, and 143, those levels are to be the stop loss levels. Thank you, Ashish, for that. And on that note, we'll let you go. And once again, season greetings to you. Wishing you a very happy and prosperous new year. Well, let's keep it.